Hi there guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production, and in this video, if you couldn't tell by what's in front of you, we're going to be taking a look at the Dragon Ball Super Steelbook Blu-ray collection. So, bit of a how can I say, bit of a journey when it comes to Dragon Ball Super on any kind of home media. In fact, any Dragon Ball related product when it comes to coming to home media has all had a very storied history. For those of you that don't know, Dragon Ball Z on home media has had so many different releases over the years, and there's elitists that think that the Dragon Box are the best things in the world, but they cost like $300 per box set nowadays, and there's like 9 box sets, so that gets really expensive really quickly. When it comes Dragon Ball, what started it all, that's had a storied history on home media. GT not so much, because GT seemed to be forgotten for various reasons. Some people might say good riddance. I don't actually really enjoyed GT personally, but I understand that it didn't have the involvement of Akira Toriyama, and a lot of people, and now it's no longer canon, but I still like GT. I still watch the odd episode here and there. But when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, so Dragon Ball Super itself had a really weird, from my experience, journey onto English dubbed home video. Okay, or home media, if you wish to use that term instead. It all came out, it was all on Crunchyroll. Dragon Ball Super was on Crunchyroll in Japanese. There were no English dubs that I could find, and from what I understand, it took them a bit of time to start making their way through the English dubs. Then the little thing known as COVID happened and kind of put a wrench in a lot of different productions' works. Let's be honest, that certain world pandemic sort of put a wrench in a lot of people's works. So as a result of it, we had a lot of Dragon Ball Super on Japanese, ready to go, but only about 30 to 40 episodes was dubbed in English. Then the announcement came that Dragon Ball Super would be stopping. Then Dragon Ball Super took a pause, came back for a little bit, and then stopped. I've seen all of Dragon Ball Super, and that's one of the reasons why I got the set. We'll get to that in a little bit. But long story short, I didn't know when I wanted to pull the plug on, take the plunge and buying Dragon Ball Super on Blu-ray. This came out towards the end of last year, and it seems that this is now the end of Dragon Ball Super. There has always been Dragon Ball Super is going to start back up again. Oh, no, it's stopping again, it's pausing. It did pause, did come back for a little bit, and then it stopped. Episode 131, I think, was the amount of episodes Dragon Ball Super had. And then that's kind of it for now. So they've now released 3 technically complete collection sets of Dragon Ball Super. They released one back in 2021. Then that was re-released later in 21 to 22. Then they released the collector's set that released at some point, and then this came out towards the end of last year. So I'm guessing, since they're releasing so many complete collections, that Dragon Ball Super is done for a bit, and they're just doing the movies at the moment, and the movies, I think, are really well done. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Super Broly. Haven't seen Dragon Ball Super Superheroes yet. Need to get around to that. But enough of me drivelling on for almost 5 minutes. Let's get into this box set. So yes, this is a little collar that just goes over the top of it. Unfortunately, once you take the cellophane off, it doesn't really stay stuck. But that's the back of this collar, and shows you all of the wonderful bits that are in Dragon Ball Super. You then have this, I think, really nice presentation set. You've got all of the steelbooks here that look nice and uniform in this set. You've got some padding around the edge of it with this like foam. So, and each set is separated, or each volume is separated by some foam. You've got this motif on there. If we look at the back, we have Shenron I wish this was Super Shenron, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure if Super Shenron shows up in any of the packaging or presentation, but there you go. We then move to the bottom, and we get the Toei Animation and Funimation logo, and I believe somewhere there's the Crunchyroll logo. This is actually put out by Crunchyroll. If we look on the sides, they're the same as the top. This is put out by Crunchyroll, which Crunchyroll now have the distribution rights to Dragon Ball, which is an interesting situation there. So, let's move on to the actual discs themselves. It's the first disc. We have Goku in Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Or is this just Super Saiyan God? To be honest, the different wordings they use. This has come to be known as Super Saiyan Red. So I'm just going to use that nomenclature because of the red hair. And this is a form that was entered into once, and then it seems never again. During the Resurrection F saga. No, Battle of the Gods saga. I do apologise. But there we go. There's the inside. Each disc sort of copies the front, and we get this nice silhouette in the back. So that's the first volume. The next one is the... There we go. Talking of Resurrection F. We have Gold Frieza, which I really liked. Really liked Resurrection F saga, if I'm being completely honest with you. The fact that, Frieza still is an arrogant idiot, essentially, and thought he could outpower Goku and Vegeta and all that. And once again, hubris got the best of him. So there we go. There's the inside, the purple motif. There has been some people that have said they're not the biggest fan of these sets. I actually really like these sets, if I'm completely honest with you. Then we come up with volume 3, and we got Beerus. There we go. I'm actually confused why Frieza is first. Shouldn't it be Beerus first, because the Battle of the Gods saga was the first saga in Super, but hey ho. We then have Vegeta. Really nice picture of Vegeta. I like the shading. Really nice picture. The silhouette on the back, and then you've got the discs that follow similar motif. We then have Trunks, because of course this is the Dragon Ball Super's version of the Future Trunks saga. Yes, Future Trunks comes back. Spoiler alert. There we go. And then we have the inside. We have this green motif, and of course we have Future Trunks on there. I'm going to put these to this side because I don't want to stack them in case they scratch each other. We've then got Whis. Again, love the colours and the shading on these. I'm not sure why we've got a repeated Whis, but we have a a repeated Whis as if it wraps around. That's a bit odd, but hey hey. And then we got Whis in the back there, silhouetted, and then once again we have the discs. Volume 7, and we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. That's a very menacing picture right there. As we know, Vegeta can be. Lovely silhouette. I really like the silhouettes on the back. And then we've got the discs that of course show Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Blue. Then we've got Gohan. There we go. Looking rather menacing himself. We have the back. And then again, we have that green sort of turquoisey motif. And we have the discs. And then we have I've forgotten what Android this is. It's been a while. Has been a while. But there we go. We have a picture of them on the front. And we've got the silhouette on the back. I want to say Android 18, but I don't think it is Android 18. I might be correct or incorrect on that one. We're going to put that there. And last but by no means least, we have volume 10, and that has Super Saiyan Blue Goku on it. And then the back, and then we have, there we go, the inside. So just a couple of my thoughts on this particular set while I put these back, hopefully in the right order. So I've watched a few videos on this set, and there's been a few people that aren't particularly happy with it because they think the representation of some of the art on this set isn't very doesn't represent, that's the phrase I'm looking for, doesn't represent the, that's volume 8, what's volume 7? Volume 7 is Vegeta. Doesn't represent the show very well. Like, people think that the last one should be Ultra Instinct Goku. I somewhat agree with people to a degree, but at the same token, I actually think the set looks absolutely spectacular, personally. We're looking for volume 6, which is Whis. And then we got volume 5, Trunks. Volume 4, Vegeta. Volume 3, Beerus. 2, Frieza. And 1, Goku. There we go. And then we'll put the collar back on. Why not? It's going to fall to the bottom. But there you go. Oh, I said it's going to fall to the bottom, and Friction manages to keep it up, just to call me a liar. But yeah, as I was saying, a lot of people feel that the art in this set doesn't fully represent the set and the show. At the end of the day, it's an interpretation. It's interpretation, and I think it's a really, really nice set. I've wanted this set ever since it came out. I always like these steelbook sets. I've got the Mad Max 4K steelbook set, and I think these sets look absolutely spectacular on the shelf, and this is going to look really good next to my Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT DVDs, and at some point I'll probably get hold of the various movies that came out over the years for Dragon Ball, including the Dragon Ball Super movies and of course all the Dragon Ball Z movies and all that kind of stuff. But if you couldn't tell, I like this set a lot. I know that a lot of people don't like this set all that much, but then you can still get either the individual releases, the collector's standard Blu-ray set that's not steelbook, or the standard complete set. There are many different options out there if you wish to. I think this is a limited edition collector's set, and depending on where you get it from, you can pay a pretty penny for it, or you can pay less than a pretty penny. I paid £130 for it, which is about standard for this set, but do be careful, you can pay a premium for the set if you're not careful, because it seems to go in and out of print weirdly. I'm not sure whether the printing runs that Crunchyroll do are low or sell out quickly or whatever it may be, but it seems that it goes out of print, high up in price, then comes back into print, and then goes back down in price. So just keep your eye out, and I'm sure you better get it for a reasonable price. Again, if you are looking to buy it, might be mindful that it is known as a collector's or limited edition. So once it goes out of print, that may be it, and it will garner a collector's price. Until next time, guys, please take care, and as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.